Hi guys and welcome to this live session by Intellipaat. So we've been getting a lot of requests from our readers, our subscribers and our audience that they want to do something productive in this period of lockdown and where is the right way for them to improve upon. So today we have come up with an informative session where we'll be discussing the top 5 trending technologies of 2020 which has the most number of jobs and what are the skills required and the average salary to that. But before we get into the discussion of all of that, please subscribe to our channel to never miss an update from Intellipaat. Now let's talk about today's agenda. So today's agenda is again fivefold. We'll be discussing majorly there is only one agenda on our hand. We'll be discussing the top 5 technologies of 2020 which are most in demand with respect to the jobs right now, right? So we have gathered some evidence from data from here and there, and then we've come up with the top 5 which are the most paying as well as most in demand jobs of 2020 right now. So we'll be discussing all of those 5 with respect to 2-3 things in mind. First we'll be telling you what is that technology about. We'll give you a brief introduction to that. Then we'll talk about jobs and average salary, where we'll discuss which companies are hiring, what is the average salary and what is the job trends right now. Then we'll talk about what are the skills required in order to land those jobs which are out there. And once we finish for all 5, we'll tell you about how you can go about learning all of those 5 technologies and what else you can do with respect to that. So that is about the agenda, guys. I hope that is very clear to you. So without wasting any further time, let's just begin with the top 5 technologies of 2020. The top 5 technologies that we are going to be discussing today, I'll give you all them out right now. The 5 technologies that we are discussing are cloud computing, data science, big data, DevOps, and business intelligence and ETL tools. So these are the most top trending technologies with respect to jobs right now. So there's since coronavirus hit, a lot of you and a lot of us, all of us together, we've been quarantined and we're not able to go out. Hence, most of the things are on the cloud right now. We do not have access to the physical servers. We do not meet. All of the meetings that we do are done on the internet, and there is a lot of servers out there, and a lot of the data that you store are there on the cloud. And AWS provides a lot of services for which through which a lot of companies run, like companies like your Amazon, Big Basket, and every other company that delivers to you something are working on cloud technologies as well. Hence, that is the number one trending job right now, because most requirement is with respect to cloud computing right now, which includes of all Azure, AWS, and other services. And then we talk about data science, which is again, data science is termed as 21st century sexiest job by Harvard Business Review. So you can understand that will always be there. And then there are big data, DevOps, and business intelligence. So we'll be discussing all of these one by one. So let's begin with why cloud computing. So as you can see, some statistics are there on the screen right now. The Gartner predicts that through 2020, 95% of the cloud security failures will be over, and a public cloud soaring to be it's expected to reach 331 billion by 2022. And there's a lot of companies which are working with cloud right now, right? Most of the companies are off premise now, they're on cloud right now. So you can see some of the statistics. It is as to why it is a good time to get a job in cloud computing, because a lot of the people are depending on the cloud. And this is not just reflected by these statistics, it's reflected by the companies that are hiring for cloud. But before we discuss that, let's discuss about what is cloud computing for a second. So talking about cloud computing, just think about it like that. It is basically a computer that you reach through the internet. So you might not have the resources, you do not have physically the data drives where you are storing the information. It is on the cloud somewhere, on some server somewhere, stored in some hash forms, and you retrieve that through some services. And a lot of companies depend upon cloud computing because cloud computing also gives you an infrastructure which is highly scalable and affordable at the same time. Not every company can afford to build their own infrastructure and work with it, right? Hence, there are a lot of different cloud companies out there. So companies like AWS, which is Amazon Web Services, they provide the number one service in the cloud domain. They are the market leaders right now, in my opinion, and they are the best. Apart from that, we have companies like Microsoft Azure, there is IBM Cloud, there is SAP Cloud. There's a lot of different cloud services out there which are there. Not to mention Google, it's on its own has its Google Cloud platform. So there's a lot of different companies which are there. Hence, a lot of companies are hiring. So the companies which are hiring for cloud computing right now are Facebook, Google, Reddit, Salesforce, Amazon, Netflix, Apple, Samsung, BMW, All of these companies are again industry giants, so you can understand the amount of the money they'll be getting, and these are all the good companies which are in the market for cloud developers right now. Talking about another perspective on why you should consider cloud computing is because of its average salary. So, our average salary of a cloud engineer is about $130,000, $128,000 roughly. Similarly, in INR, it is approximately 7 LPA, and in UK, it's 60,000 pounds per annum. So that is something that you are looking at. These are the number figures which you are looking at the average salary. Again, these are the average salaries. The real salaries are very, very high, as well as it goes along with the experience and the company that you work for and whatever position that you are working as. So there are some skills which are required to be landing these jobs with respect to Facebook, Google, Microsoft, and whatnot. So for that, you need to have knowledge of some of the popular cloud service providers, which is again AWS, Azure, or Google Cloud Platform, which is GCP. Other than that, you need to know important services like EC2, Azure App Services, Google Cloud Engine, RDS, Kubernetes Engine, and whatnot. Apart from that, you must know how to do cloud architecture designing, and you must understand the networking side of things. You must have Linux skills. So these are the things you have to be very, very, very familiar with if you are interested in landing a cloud computing job, right? So these are the things which you are looking at. So monitoring tools on Linux is another very important thing which when it comes to having cloud computing jobs. Other than that, there are few skills which help you land better jobs. Like, it's not very necessary to have DevOps skills, but there are DevOps cloud developers who work with a lot of different things, and it comes in handy. Like, having DevOps skills, like Azure DevOps is a thing, and AWS DevOps is also a thing. So having a DevOps knowledge with the cloud will help you land those better jobs with better salary. And similarly, having better programming skills, database skills, as well as security and disaster recovery skills is very, very important, because data encryption is a key skill when it comes to be a cloud architect. You must understand what is the access management skills, like what is the hierarchy that you should provide on your cloud and stuff like that. So these are the most important skills when you're looking to become a cloud developer. Apart from that, there are various ways you can go about in this cloud platform. There's not just one path. Like there are different roles with respect to the cloud computing itself. So there are people who are cloud solution architects, there are cloud developers, there are cloud sysops admins, and there are cloud DevOps engineer, there is cloud support engineer. So these are 5 different job roles, if you will, for cloud people who are interested. So these are the different jobs you are looking at. You could be a cloud developer, you could be a solutions architect, and not just these, there are many more job opportunities that you may have, but these are the most common jobs which are available for cloud computing enthusiasts who are looking into a career in this path. Moving along, let's talk about what is data science. So second and the most trending technology that we have on our hand is data science. Now, data science is a little bit different from cloud computing because it is a multidisciplinary field that uses scientific methods, processes, algorithms, and systems to extract knowledge and insights from structured as well as unstructured data. So the job of the data scientist is to work with a lot of data and find insights from that data. So that is very crucial. So this is very different from cloud computing. There you are responsible for managing servers and making sure everything is working properly. Here you are responsible. So this is the data set that I have been given. This is how this is the data that we have collected. So what do you find out of this? So it is a multidisciplinary skill because you need to have knowledge of statistics, mathematics, algorithms, computer science, programming, and a lot of different things come together to make this thing work, right? So talking about the companies which will hire for data scientists. So as we mentioned before, data science is the sexiest job of 21st century, as stated by Harvard Business Review. So there is a lot of good companies which are hiring, and Netflix, Facebook, Netflix, if you're thinking how they use data science, the recommendations that they give you through recommendation engine that they have. So because of you liked something and that is very, very, very close to you liking, and it gives you 98% match and stuff like that. That is data science right there. So the companies which are hiring for data scientists right now are Facebook, Google, Amazon, Apple, Samsung, Cisco, and Netflix. These are all very, very, very good companies which are hiring in the domain. And in order to land those jobs, you need to have some skills. So if you are looking to be a data scientist, you have to be good at multiple disciplines. So you should be good with programming. You should be good with handling data, wrangling data, data warehousing and stuff like that, you must have the understanding of development tools. You must have the knowledge of statistics and probability. You must have machine learning in your bag as well. So all of these multi-disciplines combine together to form data scientist skills. In particular, when it comes to technology, so these are very wide domains, right? Like programming in itself has a lot of different languages that you can learn. So we have bottled it down to few important things that you must know in order to become a data scientist. So you must understand machine learning. You must be familiar with Python, R, or SAS, or any one of the three, preferably two out of the three, and best would be three out of the three. So Python, R, or SAS, you can choose. Start with Python, go ahead and learn R later on, and then similarly for SAS. And apart from these, you must be familiar with working with data. So there comes SQL and Hadoop. So SQL is for database management, Hadoop is for big data. So these are the few skills which you are looking at to start your career as a data scientist. You must have knowledge of all the five things that I have mentioned here if you're looking to land data scientist jobs. So what these data scientist jobs pay, since you are learning so much, it's a multidisciplinary skill, hence the money that comes along with it grows, right? So a junior data scientist or in India earns about 10 LPA or $88,500 in USA. And when you're talking about a senior data scientist in India, you're looking at 20 LPA. So a few years of experience, like 3-4 years of experience, can land you a 20 LPA job. That is how much in demand are data scientists, because there's a lot of knowledge that comes with a data scientist, and that knowledge is rewarded in the form of money and good jobs, right? Similarly, in USA, you are looking at a figure of around $125,000 as an average salary for a data scientist. Let's move along and talk about the third technology on our hand, which is DevOps. So DevOps can be thought of as a set of concepts and practices which involves both operation and development engineers. DevOps was basically created because there was some difference between the people who develop the code and people who are actually responsible for managing it, which is called ops. DevOps is a term made up of two words, which is dev, which stands for developers, and ops means operations. So the job of the dev is to test, build, code, plan, deploy, stuff like that, right? And the team ops, what it does is it releases, it deploys, it operates, it monitors whatever has been created, right? So these two systems, they participate together so much that somebody thought that they should come up with an environment where you won't get such problems, where you have discrepancies with respect to development and operation stage and what the environment looks like, so that you don't have that environmental problem when it comes to DevOps, so that you can move things easily from one place to the other, right? So basically these two teams are now involved from the design stage to development stage until production and support. So both of the teams are working together a lot, and this DevOps job is basically done through a lot of different tools. So you have to learn a lot of different tools when you want to be a DevOps engineer. You must know what is a Docker, must know what is Kubernetes, you must know Ansible, Puppet, Nagios, and all of those tools which come with DevOps. So you must be familiar with more than one tool if you want to be a DevOps engineer. Talking about the roles and responsibilities, so there are different kinds of roles in DevOps as well. So like similar to our cloud, we have a lot of different roles when it comes to DevOps engineers. So there is a DevOps architect, there is someone called as an automation engineer, there's a software tester, there is security engineer, integration specialist, release manager, and a lot of different things. So these are the various job roles you are looking at if you want to be a DevOps engineer. Talking about the companies which are hiring for DevOps in India right now are IBM, Cisco, and Intel, McAfee, Oracle, Amazon, Adobe, and many more, right? So that is why people are looking so much as towards the DevOps, because most of the companies have now started adopting DevOps. They have either adopted DevOps or almost there in the phase of adopting DevOps, because this is something that saves you a lot of time. Make sure so you have constant prototypes coming out. Make sure that the environments are completely compatible. Make sure that you do not have downtime and stuff like that. So that is why a lot of companies adopt for DevOps methodologies for their development, and hence so much hiring for DevOps engineers are out there. A lot of openings are out there. You can check them out if you are an experienced DevOps developer. Let's quickly jump ahead and talk about the DevOps engineer salary. So the estimated salary, as you can see, it grows with the time that you are working. So it starts with 363k rupees with less than 1 year, and the salary estimate increases with the amount of experience that you get. So you're looking at, if I had to give you a rough estimate, we'd say a 7 LPA job for a junior developer, and someone who gets a little bit of experience, 18, 20, and after that, sky's the limit. So this is the source is Indeed. You can see the pay by experience level. As you can see, the development and that growth is very exponential, right? So you gain 4 years of experience, you're looking at a direct jump from 3 to 6, 6 to 10, 10 to 20. You can see the jump is very high, because with DevOps you have to learn a lot of different tools and technologies. So with experience you learn a lot of things. That's why your value improves as you go along in your career in the path of DevOps. Let's move along and talk about what is big data. So big data is basically a collection of extremely large data sets that may be analyzed computationally to reveal patterns, trends, associations. Especially this is done with respect to human behavior and interactions, right? Some of the examples for big data would be a black box data in air flights, which stores the recording of the flight crew through microphones and earphones, and it has the performance information of the aircraft as well. Similar to that, a lot of big data, like a lot of data comes from social media, and a lot of transport data is there, logistics data is there. There's a lot of data is there. So job of these people is to collect and structure and store these prop data in a proper format, which can be later used for examination by, let's say, data scientists or someone else. So the job of big data and Hadoop players here is to store, manage, and work with that data. When you're talking about the average salary, a Hadoop developer is expected to earn around $130,000 in US currency, or 10 LPA in India, and 77,000 pounds in UK. So you're looking at a huge figure again, because again these people are working with big MNCs who are big into big data, and that so much data is generated these days by every company in the world that analytics of those data can reveal information which can be very crucial to your business. For example, a very good example of that would be targeted ads, which you get, right? They have a lot of information on you. When do you log in, when do you log out, what time do you do, what do you order at nights, and stuff like that. So what are you looking at, what are the different searches that you are doing? So going through that data and finding out what are the trends that will be beneficial for you and giving you those targeted ads is something that can be delivered. And that is possible because somebody is managing your data properly, and that is probably somewhere working as a big data developer, right? So again, and coming to the final technology on our hand with respect to this. So far we have seen big data, we have seen data science, we have seen cloud computing, and now we are talking about business intelligence and ETL. So BI is the technology that applications and practices of which are deployed for the collection as well as integration, analysis, and presentation of business data with the purpose of supporting better decision making. So this is you're looking at a more corporate professional kind of thing. So these things will not require you to be, let's say, a very hardcore programmer or developer. Rather than that, you will be working with tools like Tableau, Power BI, ClickView, SAP BI. So these tools, you'll be working with these tools to come up with the insights and plot graphs. So you have a data, you need to visualize it, and you can do it through Tableau. You can go through analyzing the data, and these are all business intelligence tools. So these, when we're talking about data science, so you can apply various kinds of different algorithms and find different characteristics from your data. These, on the other hand, are dedicated to business. So they are looking at few information with respect to business, what is important, plotting those information and graphs and curves, and looking at the information and finding out where is that point where you can pivot or slick a little bit so that your business goes to do wonders, right? So that is what business intelligence people generally tend to do. So the average salary of these people are, again, in India you're looking at a figure of around 7 LPA, and in America you're looking at $90,000, and in UK you're looking at $55,000. These are again rough numbers as you go along and learn more technology. So let's say I know Tableau properly, and I know some other tool as well, and I'm very good at my business intelligence tools, and I'm very good at business analytics, then I earn more. It goes for all of the jobs that are out there, but for business intelligence alone, the starting point is fairly easier than, let's say, a data scientist, because for a data scientist, he has to go through a multidisciplinary actions. So if you're looking at somewhere where you are not as crazy of a programmer as you think you might have to be a data scientist, then you can clearly go ahead with business intelligence. This is again a very high paying domain, and again depends upon your skill set on how you can use the data and the tools for your benefits and for the benefits of your company. So far we have discussed about the top 5 technologies in the world and what are the salaries and why they are doing so well and stuff like that. So talking about those details, so where do you go about learning? So for data science, for example, we have showed you how much information is required to learn. So right, you need to learn a lot of different things, and if you go finding material online, there will be a lot of redundant material for that matter. And if you're looking to learn, so we at Intellipaat, we understand that you need to get proper attention to these subjects because these are your career, right? That's why we have come up with our own courses which are in cooperation with IBM, Microsoft, and big companies, so that you can get the first hand knowledge and best information and certification that will boost your resume. So let me show you that real quickly. So if you go to our website and search for Intellipaat, you'll be there. This is the website. So we have some of the postgraduate programs you can see which are in partnership with IIT. And if you are not familiar with Indian institutes, again, IIT is a very prestigious institute in India with respect to technology, and it's very, very humbled upon the amount of knowledge that you'll be getting. You'll be getting a certification from IIT Guwahati as well. So you will be getting that on your resume as well. But what I want to show you right now is our big data and data science course. So doing this will not only enable you to be a data scientist, but also enable you to work with big data as well. So you're looking at a very, very, very intense and very well paying job out here, and this course is made with collaboration with IBM and Microsoft, as you can see here. So let me show you this course real quickly and show you what are the advantages if you roll with us. So online training program will teach you not only big data, Apache, data science with R, Python with data science, Tableau, Splunk, and whatnot. We'll also teach you AI, deep learning, MongoDB, AWS, and Microsoft Azure. So this contains of the online things that you will be requiring. So this is a cloud, this is a cloud, this is a database, this is algorithms, again data science, and Splunk for logging a lot of different things for monitoring. Then there is Tableau for data visualizations, there is Python. So if you go for this course, you not only unlock yourself for big data jobs, you unlock yourself for data science job, you unlock yourself for business intelligence job, as well as cloud computing jobs, because you are working with a lot of different things. That's why I'm pitching you this course, because this course will not only enable you to be in those top 5 technologies, but to be in all the 5 at the same time, because you will be learning all of the different things. So you can, once you have finished this course with us, you have a certification with IBM and Microsoft both. So you get both of these. Here is the IBM and this is the Microsoft partner certification. You can see right here, and these certifications you'll get, and any industry expert, any industry giant, or any good company would recognize an IBM or a Microsoft certification, right? Because they understand these companies don't just give out their certifications to any company. You have to show a lot of vigorous training that you are doing and a lot of good hands-on and practices. They go through our course content as well to recognize what is the quality of training given here. So if you enroll with us, you will not only get these 2 certificates once you finish it, you'll also receive job assistance as well. So this is where we send your resumes to all the international tie-ups that we have, and if our corporate tie-ups like you, then we connect you both together so that you can have an opportunity of landing those jobs. And you can see our alumni work at companies like Ericsson, Sony, Cisco, Nasdaq, and many more. And you can see our course advisors, and a lot of details are mentioned here. So in this particular course, we give you 56 plus projects. So anybody who is an industry expert will tell you that projects are the most important things when it comes to any certification or any landing any job. So anybody who is going to hire you will ask you a lot of questions from projects, and here is where you get the edge, because you have the hands-on experience that will not only make you certification ready as well as business ready as well. So this course is about 332 hours with 20 plus courses. So you learn everything in one go, and after this you can just go ahead and start applying, because you will be having a lot of different things that you have done together, right? So that is about this, guys. So let me quickly jump back to the presentation and end this live. So about further learning, so if you are interested about learning one particular technology and then picking one, like I've shown you a lot of different things, right? So we at Intellipaat, we understand that an investment in all knowledge always pays the best interest. That's why we have produced a lot of free content on our blogs as well as our YouTube channel. So you have all the 5 names right here: DevOps, there is data science, there is cloud computing, business intelligence tools, and big data. You can go ahead and search for articles as well as tutorials on our YouTube channel on our blog page, and you'll find a lot of different articles about different things. You'll find 2, 2, 3, 3, 4 hour long tutorials where you can get into things and you can understand which technology is for you. So you can learn with us for free in the beginning, and once you realize, okay, this is the thing I want to get certified in, then you can enroll with us, and then you can get yourself certified and get better at it and land that better job tomorrow. So right, guys, so that is about that, guys. And since you have been so nice and stuck around me towards this end of this live, I want to give you a coupon code which will give you flat 30% off on your courses right now. So all you have to do is go to YouTube and type flat 30% off, and this coupon code will give you flat 30% off on our courses. So with that, we come to the end of this live session, guys. So if you have any queries with respect to this live or any other live that we have had, you can leave the comments down below. And if you're interested in finding out which technology is best for you, or you want to get some advice based on your resume, the numbers are on your screen. These are toll-free numbers to our course advisors, who are again industry experts. They go look through your resume and they know what is the requirement in the market right now, and doing which certification will put you on the top of the pile of landing that better job tomorrow. So that is about that, guys. I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.